Hi guys, it's Emil, and this week's topic is books and what we are currently reading. And I'm sorry if this video is up a little bit late for some of you, at least. Time zones are weird. I've just literally been busy all day. Well, all day and all night. It's 10:30 now. And here I am drinking green tea out of this lovely, beautiful mug that I love so much. I have a problem where I will buy a lot of books and I read them really slowly because I don't really make time for reading. I've started to make time for reading when I'm in bed, about to go to sleep, but I love reading and I used to read a lot when I was younger. Nowadays I don't read a lot of fiction, even though I like fiction and I want to read it. It's just that I am so picky with fiction and with poetry, and it's I'm not saying it because to sound pretentious or anything. It's not like that. It's just that I need a certain kind of, I don't even know what it is. I just if something is not exactly to my liking when it comes to fiction, I will have such a hard time getting through the book, even if the plot is good. Just the language needs to flow in a certain way, and if it doesn't, I just cannot read the book. And so, if it's fiction. So I have a lot of trouble finding fiction books I actually like. Even if a friend comes up to me and is read this book, this is really good, I'll just be yeah, I believe you, but I'm not sure I will actually be able to read it. So now the interesting part starts. These are the books that I am currently reading. I am reading The Picture of Dorian Gray. It should be called The Picture of Dorian Gay, because this is the most homosexual book I've ever read, by Oscar Wilde. I'm reading The Power of the Actor by Ivana Chubbuck. That's how you pronounce it. It's about acting. It's good. I'm no expert at acting, so I can't tell if these books are good or not, but it's informative and I like it. Yeah. I'm reading Natural Born Heroes by Christopher McDougall, and I haven't gotten that far into it. As you can see, this is how far I've read. This video would be so long if I told you what all of these books are about, so I'm just gonna give you the titles and the authors so you can look them up if you want to. But here is the book that I am currently most into, and this is a book called Transactions by a woman named Erica Zander, and she's a trans woman, and she's an old friend of my mother and father, and she transitioned as they knew her, and she was the first trans person that I ever met that I knew that they were trans, and she's really cool. We had dinner with her not long ago, and she's really cool, she's really funny, and this book is basically I haven't even gotten halfway into it, but I really like it. I read this almost every night. This is a book in English about her transition and a lot of her thoughts around gender and gender roles and being trans. And she references to a lot of other people and stuff that they have said. She's really getting philosophical, I guess you could say, and personal about, what does it mean to be trans? Why are we like this? She's associating quite freely around gender is what I'm trying to say, and I think it's really interesting to read that from someone with such a different perspective that I have. She's from a completely different generation. She doesn't share the same Tumblr lingo, and so the things that she says, even if I feel I've heard it before, it's phrased in a different way. And I think it's really refreshing to read this, and it's definitely a good perspective, especially for me as a trans-masculine person, to read from the perspective of a trans-feminine person. And I really want to get into reading more LGBT books, and specifically trans books, so I'm going to order more at some point, but this is good. I like it. You can check out her website, Erica Zander, there's her name, ericazander.com. Now I know that this video is probably already too long, but I really want to talk about just a few books that I have read that I really, really like. This is Never Have Your Dog Stuffed and Other Things I've Learned by Alan Alda, and this is the second one. They sort of go together. This is the first one, this is the second one, but you can read them independently, doesn't really matter. Things I Overheard While Talking to Myself, also by Alan Alda. He was my role model for a lot of years, and I really like him still, and he's a big inspiration to me, and I admire him a lot. This is the book that I'll say is my favorite book if you ask me what my favorite book is. This is an autobiography. This is a story about his life, and it's really interesting. even if you don't know who he is, it's interesting. Here is a book that is, I guess it's sort of like, it is independent, but it's like, it's nice if you've read this first so you have more context. But this is like, he's talking like about his life again, and there's also like speeches that he's held throughout his life, because he like talks about not only his own life, but like life in general and thoughts around life. And this is like really great to give to someone who's like graduating high school or graduating college, because it's also about like taking new steps in life, I guess. Like he's held speeches at some colleges and they are in here, and like I'm so tired, I have no words, I haven't thought about this video before I started filming it, but I really love this book. This is, good shit, good shit, good shit. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna stop this video now. Sorry it was so long, sorry it was late. Yeah, I hope you've had a good week, continue to have a good week. I love you, bye!